Hi and welcome to PCHTV. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Daniel. Sixth grade camp brings back memories of hiking, making new friends, and roughing it for a week. But sixth grade camp looked a little different this year. Jeremy talks to counselors about their thoughts on the experience.
Sixth grade camp, the highlight of the year for hundreds of Parkway sixth graders and some high schoolers alike. Normally, at YMCA Camp Lakewood in Potosi, Missouri, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought on many changes, including masks and social distancing. The biggest change, however, is this year it took place at Babbler Park over one day rather than 4. Being there for one day presented its own set of challenges not related to COVID.
Well, obviously this year is only one day, so everything is a lot more fast-paced, and the activities are, in my opinion, a bit rushed.
This shortened camp experience, however, didn't stop the campers or counselors from having some fun and learning a thing or two.
The kids still are going to have fun, and they're still smiling. There's still lots of enthusiasm, but you don't see the growth that you see when you go for a full week. When the kids are away from home for a week, they get homesick and they have more arguments with their cabin mates, and you really see a lot of growth for the kids and the counselors.
Potential for growth is just one reason counselors may sign up for sixth grade camp.
Well, I had a lot of fun the year that I went in sixth grade, so I knew I wanted to come back and be a part of it again.
I enjoyed sixth grade camp a lot. It was actually like my first year in St. Louis, and I really enjoyed it and wanted to be a part of it again.
I first became a counselor because I liked it in sixth grade, and I was like, I should do it again. And then, yeah, that's basically how I did it. And then my sister also signed up and was like, you have to do it with me. So.
This experience can be just as, if not more meaningful for counselors than it is for campers.
Like, it's easy to get caught up. You know the date that you're going to be there, and so you can tell the teacher ahead of time and plan it. And it's worth it. Like, you get an experience you don't get in a school building with 4 walls. So
I'd say definitely to do it because it's so fun and a great experience, and you learn a lot about yourself and situations as well. So I say definitely do it 100%.
And again, I've always said from the beginning that outdoor school isn't just for our sixth graders, but it's also for the high schoolers to grow and to mature, and to realize the power of being a leader and how much you can influence other people, especially sixth graders. If you love sixth grade camp as a kid, you're going to love it twice as much as a counselor because you just look at it through a different lens. And you know, it's awesome. It's an amazing experience, and the kids are excited. And you know, what better job to have than to help other kids have fun.
This has been Jeremy Boonchef reporting for PCHTV.
Water polo goalie Ian Conway is one of the metro area leaders in saves with a whopping 117 for the season so far, but it hasn't come easily for his freshman phenom. Connor has the story.
There are many sports at Parkway Central, like football, basketball, or even baseball. Ian Conway decided that he wanted to play water polo.
So I've been playing water polo for 6 years now. I started in 4th grade, and I really want to go play in college, play at a D1 school.
His D1 aspirations were looking good, but came to a halt in a blink of an eye.
So about a year ago, around May, I think May 15th, I had an accident with a four-wheeler where I crashed it into barbed wire, and my entire right side of my body was trapped in the barbed wire. I have a couple scars on my arm, and I have a really big scar on my leg.
Ian was determined to get back in the water. He went through many physical therapy classes and workouts on his own, but that could only do so much.
I still can't feel my part of my leg. I can't feel from my ankle down, and it was really, really hard to get in the water and not feel that part of your body, because it's just really weird to have. And I couldn't swim at first. It was really hard to get used to swimming again and kicking, because the water would feel really weird on my leg, and I couldn't get used to it for a while.
Ian overcame those challenges and now plays varsity water polo for Parkway Central. This is Connor Lander reporting from PCHTV.
Another freshman is making an impact in goal, but this time on the field. Audrey talks to Caitlin King about her first season on varsity soccer.
Freshman Caitlin King, the varsity goalie for the Parkway Central soccer team, has been playing soccer for a very long time and has been goalie for most of that.
Going into the high school season, I wasn't really sure what to expect just because everything was so new with high school soccer.
Caitlin this year, as a freshman, has played as the goalie for the varsity team. Playing on the varsity team, as well as alongside many other players, Caitlin has learned a lot.
I do feel that being on varsity is a great opportunity just because I've learned so much from all the people and coaches, and working with other people has really helped me to improve my skills. I do feel like working with the varsity team and other goalies has improved my skills a lot just because the more people I'm working with, the more experience I get, especially like working with Audrey, Zoe, and Grace. They've helped me learn so many things in goal.
Being the varsity goalie as a freshman can be stressful, and Caitlin's mindset has changed because of that.
I feel like my mindset did change a little when I realized I would be the varsity goalie, just because it was a lot higher stakes, and also knowing that I would be competing with two other goalies for playing time, and also just being held accountable by teammates who playing is really important to them. It was all in all just higher standards, and that's how my mindset changed.
The pandemic has changed a lot with school and sports, and Caitlin has found a new appreciation for soccer because of that.
Well, from soccer this year, I know the season was really different, and we haven't gotten to do everything that we usually do, so I would say that the biggest lesson I've learned is to just make the most of every moment, because you never know when it'll get taken away from you. I don't have any for sure plans for my future with soccer, but I am planning on playing for the next 3 years with Central and also for my club team.
This is Audrey reporting for PCHTV.
She's been breaking records since freshman year and doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Jordan has an inside look at one of the top runners for girls track.
Today we talk with junior track and volleyball star Kaylin Tate about her early success and how she's able to conquer her challenges along the way.
My training really helped me with the transition because my coaches prepared us to perform under any circumstances, and they made us compete and practice, so that prepared us for the real thing.
Running varsity track and competing with the state's best athletes is a tough task already, especially for a freshman.
The first meet was intimidating just because everyone else was a senior or older and has been doing it. But after the first meet, I didn't really have any more nerves because I knew that if I just do what I knew how to do, I would have a good outcome. So everything after the first meet was pretty solid and confident.
It's not easy being the fastest girl in Missouri. Every week, she has to prepare for new opponents and challenges that come along the way.
Yes, definitely, because I know my freshman year there was only one girl who was faster than me, and I knew how much I wanted to beat her in anything. But my training, I'm fortunate enough to have some really good coaches, and so they encouraged me to practice how I would compete, so that really keeps me on top of my game.
With there being a significant height difference, she has to face many challenges on the volleyball court as well.
It's very intimidating, especially because they like to put me at middle blocker, which is normally the biggest girl on the team, and it's really intimidating looking across the net and seeing that the other person is a whole foot taller than you. But it's encouraging because my coaches and my teammates always say that I'm doing so good, and they always encourage me, so it's less embarrassing, I guess.
Despite all these challenges, Kaylin still manages to excel in both sports and be one of the top athletes in the state. This has been Jordan Tate reporting for PCHTV.
Two creative students are finding ways to cash in on their hobby. Madison talks to the photographers with STL Central Shots.
I enjoy photography because it's the medium that I was really just kind of drawn to. I mean, some people can draw, some people can paint. I just happen to be able to capture the most emotion out of a still image and then my editing.
Photography is a way I'm able to express my artistic style, and because I get to shoot pictures, capture those special memories, and then I get to edit it in my own style of how I see the photo as. It was in Spanish class when David was a junior, I was a freshman at that time. We first met because Spanish class. We both suck at it. We both had a skill of photography. We bonded over that, and yeah, had a good friendship started.
And we ended up just going out one day and doing photos, just him and I. We actually ended up running into a friend of ours. Who was it? It was Samantha and Christine Chen. We ended up meeting them. We just ran into them at the beginning of COVID. We did some photos with them. We really enjoyed it. They liked the photos that we took, so we ended up going out doing some photos with just him and I later. And it was something that we realized that, people...
Destiny.
Yeah.
We realized that people needed photos to capture those special moments or special
special
events.
moments. Yeah. And
go ahead.
We just basically ended up going with it. My favorite place for a photo shoot has actually changed over and over. I think right now it is probably Shaw Park and then Clayton, the surrounding area, just because you've got so much difference between the downtown area and then also the bright, vibrant park.
Shoot, it has to be parks. If you look at most of my photos, I mainly shoot at park areas. It's really nice. You get all the birds chirping. You get a lot of nice shadow lights and stuff on that.
Some advice,
for photographers. I don't know. Everyone has their own style. There's not really bad photography,
right?
But there's also not good photography. There's no pro photographer. I mean, what's the definition of pro photographer?
What's the definition of pro in general?
Yeah, exactly. Like what? You can edit something that you get like millions of likes, or are you able to take a photo of something and get story photography?
Everyone has their own style, and it's just a matter of finding it.
Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.